So the loss of Bakhtiari for the first 6 weeks is a big blow to the Packers, as last season their offensive line was among the best in the NFL. They led the league in both pass block and run block win rate, and only the Steelers allowed fewer sacks. Max.
Yep.
This is a huge hit.
Yep.
Do you think these O-line issues would potentially catch up to Rodgers?
Yeah, I do. And when I say that, I don't even necessarily mean physically he's taking a beating. I mean, there's one bye per conference now. The Packers are certainly in the running for that. Bakhtiari is an absolutely elite tackle when he's on the field. But let's not forget, it gets overshadowed because the Chiefs had it even worse in the Super Bowl with their protection because they missed both starting tackles. They had 3 offensive linemen missing, and Patrick Mahomes was running for his life. The Packers didn't have their full offensive line. They were banged up too, and that hurt them against the Bucs. I think that Bakhtiari, this happening early in the season is much better, obviously, than this happening late. Maybe as a result, in a way, he could be better preserved late, and that could help them, but it will negatively affect their record, you have to think, early in the season.
Yeah, I disagree. I disagree for a couple of reasons. Number one, Aaron Rodgers is the type of quarterback where in a lot of ways it doesn't even matter who's protecting him. Like Green Bay has had people get injured. Bakhtiari's been injured before. They've had, even when Josh Sitton was playing for that team, he had some injuries. There have been so many people who have been injured on the offensive line for the Green Bay Packers, and Aaron Rodgers has still shined. Aaron Rodgers still, all the way up to the NFC Championship, was still fine with Bakhtiari sidelined. And so I understand the fact that David Bakhtiari being on the PUP list the first 6 weeks seems like a big deal. But to Aaron Rodgers, it's not a big deal. He's still mobile. He's not a statue in the pocket. He can escape through the B gap. They call it the honey hole. And he can still make plays. And even if that doesn't work, he can adjust what he does. A lot more quick game, a lot more, he can get the ball out when he needs to. So I've just seen this story before. I've seen it where, oh no, Bakhtiari is hurt. Oh no, Brian Bulaga went down. Oh no, both Brian Bulaga and David Bakhtiari are hurt.
And what happened?
And Aaron Rodgers still wins. He still finds a way to win. He still finds a way to win. And that's why this doesn't matter as much as we're thinking. And Max, you make a good point. Early in the season, maybe he'll come back, Bakhtiari will come back, and the Packers can make a run. But I've literally seen this story before, and Aaron Rodgers has been fine.
This is not going to catch up to Aaron Rodgers, but it's got my attention. And this is one of the sneaky questions I have going into the season. Who's their starting 5? Now, Acho, I love you, but it always, who's protecting the quarterback. I'll take you back to the Super Bowl last year. It always matters, okay? I don't care how great you are. The sneaky part of this thing is David Bakhtiari is out. Corey Linsley, their starting center, went to the Chargers. Okay, so for the 30% of this season, 17 games, he's out for at least the first 6 weeks, Bakhtiari. They are going to have essentially 3 new starters on their offensive line, different position-wise. Elton Jenkins, who's a fantastic young player for them, is going to kick out to left tackle. He'll be good, but he's not going to be David Bakhtiari. Now it really means they're going to insert 2 rookies onto their offensive line, a second-rounder, Josh Myers, and a fourth-rounder in Royce Newman. That is a big task to ask when we're talking about the best offensive line in football last year. And even when Bakhtiari comes back, there's still going to be new pieces. Now Jenkins is going to have to go from playing left tackle to kicking back inside. How well is Bakhtiari going to play? So this has my attention, absolutely. It makes me think of this. The last time that I remember a dominant offensive line that was very good and part of a team that went super deep into the playoffs is 3 years ago or 4 years ago with the Rams. When they went to the Super Bowl, it was because of their offensive line mainly. And then that offseason, they had 3 guys leave that offensive line starting-wise. They weren't nearly as good the next season. I believe they missed the playoffs. And so while I'm saying it's not going to catch up to Aaron because Aaron is so special, I'm not 100% committed to that. This has my attention. I think it is a sneaky question in this NFL season. Who's their starting 5 and how good do those 2 rookies play?
Sam, you mentioned Aaron Rodgers still wins anyway. Look, Aaron Rodgers could do all the off-platform things and all that, but something that really has been understated is how well he's been protected at times through his career when that's what's really made it impossible. As a Giants fan, I can tell you. You play the Packers in the playoffs, and you give Aaron Rodgers all the time in the world. There's nothing you can do. And who was it? Turner, the guy who filled in, the guard who filled in the end. And by the way, Billy Turner,
Yep.
He did well. Like, he played well, but not having Bakhtiari. Look, you say, well, he figures out the way to win anyway. You mean to tell me if he had a fully healthy offensive line, as many chances that the Packers had to win the NFC Championship game last year? maybe they do win it with a fully healthy offensive line. And so the
Right.
reason when I say it'll catch up with Rodgers, hopefully Bakhtiari's healthy and ready for the playoffs. But those early season losses, if there are some, as a result of not having your elite blindside protection in a season where one bye per conference can make all the difference, yes, this could catch up to Aaron Rodgers.
No, Max, because the thing you're missing, like all the people talk about early season losses and all these things, but when you make a run, when you get hot, like there was a year I think maybe
They don't count the early season losses.
Nope,
then?
nope,
They go,
nope.
that happened early. Let's not count them.
Nope. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, like, when you get hot, you might have started slow. I've been on a team, we started off 4-0, and we end up losing all these games. There have been teams like Baltimore a couple years ago, they won 12 straight. You might lose early because you don't have a tackle, then get that guy back and make a run and be good when it matters. And so, like, yes, I understand every loss in the NFL counts. Sure, division games are obviously more important. Many of those division games happen at the end of the season, not at the beginning. And so you'll have him back when it matters to win your division.
Oh, they'll make the playoffs, but they're in the running for a bye. They may not get it now.
Yeah, seeding matters. Yes, that's a good point. Can you guys? I want to make one real quick point, Molly. Can you guys throw up that schedule again? Because this first 6 weeks of the season matter. I mean, think about the first 6 weeks they're going to play four.
Not Dan. Dan, Sam made it very clear. Early season losses are counted less somehow.
This isn't Major League Baseball. This isn't the NBA. We got 17 games.
The old college football rules.
Yeah, so think about Saints, Cam Jordan, Marcus Davenport, 49ers, good luck. Steelers, good luck. Bears. So the 6 games that Bakhtiari is going to miss, we're talking about elite, not good, elite pass rushers. So this has my attention. Is Rodgers good enough to mask some of that and overcome some of it? Absolutely. But Max's point of who they are context-wise is important here. This is not a team that we expect to be good. This is a team that we expect to be great. The 1 seed matters. So if this impacts their ability to be the 1 or the 7 seed, that's an enormous deal. That's an enormous deal. And so that essentially could catch up to him when it comes to the context and the expectation of the football team.